because of, I don't know, society, how we're raised, what we're told, like, to be competitive, to not love our body until it's like this, to work until we have accomplished a certain look, a certain size, a certain feel, and it's exhausting, right? So being able to like love the skin you're in, and that was the phrase that she was using that day, just love the skin you're in. I'm like, yes, I'm feeling that. So I'll let you tell a little bit more about your specifics, but I just want to thank you so much for being here, for talking to me and being like, I gotta get this message out. And I was like, okay, let's make this happen. And I'm excited to hear you talk. So let's give Chelsea a round of applause. Because I'm so deprived. I was in this mode of scarcity, just constantly restricting myself. You can't have that. You can't have that. And it started with food, and then it started with an obsession of workouts. Working out twice a day, almost 6-7 days a week, just constantly asking and draining my battery. I never rested, I never recovered, I just kept pushing forward because I was going to be the best trainer in the world. I was going to be the best that anybody ever saw. And I was critiquing myself all day long. And then I got into the sport of bodybuilding, which wasn't good for me at that time, looking back now. And I don't discredit that sport. People that can do that and do it in a healthy way, great. But this led me down the path into the what I call unhealthy healthy. I had 6-pack abs, 15% body fat, just shredded and 140 pounds soaking wet. But if I looked in the mirror, I saw myself so much bigger. And that's what body dysmorphia is when you look in the mirror and you don't see what is physically here. Because you spend so much time up here wishing that you were different, wishing that your shape was different, wishing that I was this beanpole, skinny, lanky girl. I'm not. I'm an athletic body. There's this funny thing about stress. If you're stressed out when you're awake, you're still stressed out when you're asleep. Your mind is still going through whatever is stressing you out. So for many months, probably a year, I never really slept. I slept in stress, and I slept all curled up, and I could feel tension when I would sleep and when I would wake up. It never went away. As my mother said, you're stressed out, honey. I was so stressed out. And again, it was affecting my relationships. It was affecting my perception of self. So before in the personal training life, I was so focused on my physical appearance. And then that mean girl got even louder when I was an insurance agent, because it was, you're worthless, you should have gotten that deal, why didn't you get that deal? And that voice just grew stronger and stronger. Divine intervention showed up, and a friend of mine called me up and she said, hey, I've been meaning to invite you out to one of these drumming meditation circles. And I said, well, never heard of that before. Let's go try it. So I got my car and I drove 3 hours north to go to her house up by my hometown. And after that first experience, I felt in 15 minutes that this huge weight had been lifted off of my chest. Not completely gone, but a good amount of that weight was gone, and I felt really, really good. And I woke up the next morning, and for the first time in like 6 months, I didn't have a pain in my chest. I thought, well, that might work a little bit. And so I kept driving back up there. For almost a year I did this. And the reason the drum is one of the best instruments, singing bowls and tuning forks are wonderful as well, but the drum is one of the best instruments because it reminds you of the very first sound you ever heard when you entered this world, your mother's heart.